Gospel Reflections for the fourth Sunday of Easter, Year B, 21st of April 2024. The Gospel text is from John chapter 10 verses 11 to 18. The main focus of this Gospel reading is this: the risen Christ is our good shepherd who knows us intimately, takes care of us, protects us, and lays down his life willingly out of love for us. In contrast to the hired man who abandons the sheep when they are attacked by the wild animals like wolf. In brief, care, protection, and self-sacrifice of Jesus, our good shepherd, is the main theme of today's gospel text. Today's gospel text, given in the context of Easter season, poses this question for us: who is risen Christ for us? And what does he do for us? The text answers this question like this: the risen Lord is our good shepherd, and as a shepherd, he does four things for us. 1. He knows us intimately. 2. He takes care of us lovingly. 3. He protects and saves us from all evil and sin. And number 4, he lays down or sacrifices his life for us, even today in the Eucharist. The given gospel text has its background in the Old Testament, in which the leaders of Israel, especially the kings, are called shepherds. Prophets Jeremiah and Ezekiel condemn the wicked kings of Israel as false shepherds. In contrast to those greedy leaders of Israel, Ezekiel portrays God as an ideal or noble shepherd who genuinely cares for his sheep, that is Israel. Ezekiel chapter 34 verses 11 to 16. Through Jeremiah, God promises to give them shepherds after his own heart. Jeremiah 3:15. And through Ezekiel, God announces that one day he himself will be the shepherd of his sheep par excellence. Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 15. In today's gospel text, the claims made by Jesus about his role as a shepherd, as a good shepherd, clearly indicate that Ezekiel's prophecy is fulfilled. Ezekiel's prophecy is fulfilled through his ministry. Therefore, he claims to be not just any shepherd, but our good shepherd, meaning true, ideal, and noble shepherd, or a model shepherd. Jesus likens his role to that of a model shepherd who takes care of his sheep, who defends, protects, guards them against any possible attack from wolves. As verse 12 says, this image of wolves most probably refers to the false teachers and misguiding leaders in Jewish society, probably the scribes and the Pharisees, or false teachers in the early church. Their misleading role is likened to that of hired hand or laborer in verses 12 and 13, chapter 10 of John. This hired laborer was only for selfish motives, that is, only for money or wages, while the genuine shepherd, the noble shepherd, does his shepherding duty out of love, responsibility, and commitment. This hired hand has neither concern for the welfare of the sheep nor a sense of responsibility, because he neither owns the sheep nor cares for them, as verses 12 and 13 say. When the wolf comes to attack the sheep, to save his own life, he runs away. Unwilling to risk his life, the hired laborer leaves the sheep and simply runs away to save his own life, allowing the sheep to be snatched and eaten up by the wolf, as verse 12 says. As our good shepherd, the risen Christ protects us from so many wolves or wild animals such as sin, evil, worldly, ungodly ways, or corrupt practices of the world. Jesus proves to be the good shepherd because, unlike the hired laborer, he lovingly, willingly, and voluntarily sacrifices his life in order to save us, or in obedience, in defense of his sheep, to save us or to defend his sheep, as verses 15 and 16 of chapter 10, 15 and 18 of chapter 10 say. As the sheep of Christ, we are constantly in danger of falling prey to hired laborers, such as bad companions, misleading guides, false propaganda, and erotic visuals in mass media or social media, false teachers and selfish and corrupt leaders, addictive habits, unfaithfulness and betrayal in married life or priestly and religious life. These are the wild animals. And these wild animals and the don't care attitude of hired laborers, that is, false leaders or misguiding leaders, is going to snatch us away from Christ. In our world today, there is no dearth of false shepherd or hired laborers, such as autocratic leaders, fake gurus and godmen, dishonest and corrupt politicians, and so on. These false shepherds may sometimes promise the moon. They may promise the moon, but heart of hearts, they seek their own power, material benefits, their own rights, perks, security, and prosperity, and are least bothered whether the sheep enjoy anything of this sort. They are least concerned when the sheep go astray, they get lost or become victims of wild animals. They are least interested to protect the rights and dignity of the weaker sheep or tender sheep. Their motto is to make a fortune for the rest of their life while in power. The risen Christ, the risen Lord, is ready to protect us from those wild animals, from evil powers, corrupt practices of the world, if we listen to his voice, if we are attuned to his voice and submit ourselves to his care. He cares for us by protecting us and nourishing us through the Eucharist each time we approach this sacrament. The picture of God as Good Shepherd has influenced the Church's image of our ordained ministers, such as the Holy Father, bishops, and priests. But in a broader sense, any one of us who is in a leadership position, or those who are involved in leading, guiding, directing other people under their care, are like shepherds. In this sense, all heads of families, that is parents, and leaders of civil society, members of religious congregations or consecrated life, and lay leaders in the church are like shepherds of their sheep. Today's good shepherd could be a father in the family who spends quality time with his children to guide and direct them. A good shepherd could be a mother who pays more attention to a disobedient and mischievous child. A good shepherd could be a teacher who teaches moral values and character to students besides regular lessons, or gives attention to dull students. A good shepherd could be a student who visits his or her sick classmate, though not a friend, because he or she is not attending classes for many days. A good shepherd could be a parish council member who visits another member who absents from meetings. A good shepherd could be a friend who saves his or her friend from wrongdoings, crimes, immoral behavior, etc. Today's gospel message invites us to examine ourselves whether we are good shepherds after God's own heart, or false and bad shepherds like hired hands. Whether we consider our position merely as a job to be done or a divinely ordained call to serve the family and community, and whether we sacrifice our self-interest for those whom we serve. When the wolves attack the sheep by spoiling character, destroying values, doing injustice, and stealing human dignity, do we simply run away or protect the sheep from the clutches of the attackers? Please think of the ways you can become a good shepherd at home, in workplace, in the neighborhood, and in the local church, and avoid becoming merely a hired laborer or worse still, a wolf. A prayer. O Good Shepherd, remain with me as my ideal shepherd and motivate me to be a true shepherd after your own heart. With you as my shepherd, I shall not want anything. Amen.